My name is Aaron. I'm a tall white guy with black hair working as an engineer at this fancy high-tech company. Life was pretty sweet, pulling in 6 figures a year and living in this swanky villa in the city. I met my wife Carrie, this gorgeous Asian woman with blonde hair, at a friend's birthday bash. She was there with her cousin, or so I thought. Everything was going smooth until Carrie's cousin got hit with a cancer diagnosis. She flew back to her home country to take care of him, saying he was the only family she really had a connection with. At first, it was supposed to be just 2 weeks, but those weeks turned into months, real quick. Carrie started asking for more and more cash for her cousin's treatment, but something felt off. She kept dodging any suggestions about getting proper medical help or even seeing a doctor. My gut was telling me something wasn't right, so I decided to do a little digging. I took a peek at Carrie's phone when she wasn't around, and let me tell you, what I found was worse than any nightmare I could have imagined. Turns out my wife and her so-called cousin were plotting to kill me. Yeah, you heard that right. The woman I'd been married to for 2 years was planning to off me so she could run off with her cousin, who was actually her secret lover. It hit me like a ton of bricks. Our whole marriage, the last 2 years of my life, it was all just a setup. They saw me as nothing but a walking ATM, a target they could use to get rich quick. I felt sick to my stomach, betrayed in the worst way possible. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of confronting them right away, I decided to play their game. I took out 2 life insurance policies using the fake cancer diagnosis as proof. Since Carrie was my wife, I made myself the sole beneficiary. I figured, if they want to play dirty, I can play dirtier. Now I'm stuck at this crossroads, you know? Part of me wants to expose their whole scheme, blow it wide open and watch them squirm. But another part of me wonders if I should just walk away, try to forgive and forget. It's eating me up inside, trying to decide between vengeance or forgiveness. I keep replaying everything in my head, wondering how I missed the signs. Was I just too caught up in my work, too busy climbing the corporate ladder to see what was happening right under my nose? Or were they just that good at playing their parts? Some days, I want to confront Carrie, to see the look on her face when she realizes I know everything. I want to hear her try to explain away the lies, the deceit, the cold-blooded plan to murder me for my money. I want to watch her world crumble like mine did when I uncovered the truth. Other days I think about just disappearing, taking what's mine and starting fresh somewhere new, where no one knows me or my story. Maybe find a place where I can heal, where I can learn to trust again. But then the anger comes back, hot and fierce. I think about how they were willing to throw away my life like it meant nothing, how they saw me as nothing more than a means to an end. And I want them to pay for what they've done. I've thought about going to the police, but what proof do I really have? Some text messages and a fake cancer diagnosis. It's my word against theirs, and I'm not sure that's a battle I'm ready to fight in public. So here I am, stuck in this beautiful villa that now feels more like a prison. Every corner holds a memory, a moment I once thought was real, but now know was just part of their act. I can't even look at our wedding photos without feeling sick. I keep going to work, putting on a brave face for my colleagues who have no idea the hell I'm living through. I smile and nod in meetings, discuss projects and deadlines, all while my personal life is imploding. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if I just confronted Carrie. Would she break down and confess? Would she try to spin more lies? Or would she and her lover decide to speed up their plan, to get rid of me before I could expose them? The life insurance policies feel like a ticking time bomb. Part of me hopes they'll make a move, try to cash in on their plan. At least then I'd have solid proof, something concrete to take to the authorities. But the thought of them actually trying to kill me sends chills down my spine. I've started looking over my shoulder, checking my food and drinks, always on edge. Is this how I want to live? Constantly afraid, never able to relax or trust anyone again? The worst part is I still love her, or at least I love the person I thought she was. The woman who would curl up next to me on the couch after a long day at work, who would surprise me with my favorite meals, who talked about building a future together. Was any of that real, or was it all just part of the long con? I've thought about reaching out to her family, but I don't even know if they're real. Are they all in on it? How deep does this deception go? Some nights, I lie awake, staring at the ceiling, trying to pinpoint the moment when everything went wrong. Was it from the very beginning? Was I just a mark from the first time we met? Or did something change along the way? I've started seeing a therapist, trying to work through all this mess in my head. But it's hard to open up, to trust anyone with the full story. I'm afraid of being judged, of people thinking I'm a fool for not seeing what was right in front of me. My friends have noticed something's off. They keep inviting me out, trying to cheer me up. But how do I explain that my whole life has been a lie? That the woman they've come to know as my wife is actually plotting my death? I've thought about just ending it all myself, not in a permanent way, but faking my own death, disappearing to start over somewhere new. But that feels like letting them win, like giving them exactly what they wanted without the consequences. So here I am, caught between vengeance and forgiveness, between exposing their lies and walking away. Every day is a struggle, trying to decide what to do, how to move forward. Part of me wants to see them suffer, to feel the pain and betrayal they've inflicted on me. I want them to know what it's like to have your whole world turned upside down, to have everything you believed in shattered in an instant. But another part of me just wants peace. To be free of this anger and hurt. To find a way to let go and move on. To find a way to trust again. To believe in love and honesty. I don't know what the right answer is. Maybe there isn't one. Maybe it's not about right or wrong, but about what I can live with, what will let me sleep at night. For now, I'm taking it one day at a time, trying to keep my head above water, to not let this situation consume me entirely. I'm holding on to hope that someday, somehow, I'll find a way through this mess. That I'll come out the other side stronger, wiser, and maybe even able to love again. But until then, I'm left with this choice: vengeance or forgiveness, expose them or walk away. It's a decision that weighs on me every moment of every day, and I'm not sure I'll ever be ready to make it.